Hello. Hello. Welcome. Welcome back. We rambling again today. Yay. It's just you and me and rambling. I want to start things off today with talking about Twisted Wonderland cards. If I can find my images. Because today we have Vil. Yep, time indeed. We have been blessed with Vil and his overblock. His overblock card is here and he looks amazing. Ah, he's so beautiful. Yeah, Riddle. I should put this behind me, so. Nothing is working right. There we go. I don't know why nothing's showing up yet. Why my chat disappeared? Why is everything so boy? But yeah, we just got Riddle today. Oh, there we go. Now things are showing up. Okay. What is this perspective though? Like, are we on the ground? Probably I am groveling. He looks so amazing. I love it. It's beautiful. Even when he's losing his mind at the same time. But, yeah. Beauty. As Rook would say. Bill blocking my messages. He's having a moment right now. Don't disturb him. Oh, a little sleepy. Let me just... No, I don't want to move the image. I want to shrink. I want to shrink this a little bit. And maybe put it here. Yeah. So I can show off images. Because that's basically what we've been doing. I can't really draw with one screen, so I might as well just show off funny little... Well, not funny little images, but like... Just talk about cards and stuff that are pretty. He looks beautiful, but he looks more like Evil Elsa to me than Evil Queen sometimes. Is it because he's blonde? Is it because he's blonde? He's purple and associated with poisons. My man is beautiful. Even when he's having a mental breakdown. I do like the perspective, though. And I kind of like how the illustration just shows how tight that corset-looking thing is on him. Because, like, it doesn't really look like it's that tight on, like, the character model. But, like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's, like, squeezing him right now. The angle is just beautiful. Poor waist. This game has a way of catering to my specific interests that are so hyper-specific. I'm surprised. Either that or it gives me new hyper-specific interests. Poor waist getting squished. All for beauty's sake. Poor Bill. Yeah, I just want to admire the image. There's also looking at it from a different angle, which I think is a lot more fun and really shows off the posing if you turn it sideways like this. It gives you a better angle of like, oh, it's beautiful. He's threatening me with poisoned apples. My Aussie looks like Vil. Well, more like Vil looks like him. Mine came first. That is funny when it happens. Like when you have like a character design that you've had sitting for like years and then some game comes out later and you're like, huh, that reminds me of something I would draw. It's happened to me quite a few times, surprisingly. Kind of looks like he's gonna smack us. He's gonna smack us with poison. That's what he's gonna do. Poison apple to the face. And like speaking of Twisted Wonderland stuff, apparently the EN side of the server is just speeding through events and stuff and not giving people a break. I don't... That's kind of also why I stopped playing the English server as well, because I used to play it for a while. And it really did feel like they were trying to play catch-up. I especially noticed that because, the original Japanese release of the Endless Halloween event had some bugs in it. And the English server just re-released that event in English with the bugs. And that was like a sign for me where it's like, yeah, they're not really taking their time with this, are they? Great minds think alike. You've made it good when a video game character looks like your old OC. It means you have taste and style. Although sometimes there's just games out there where it's like the aesthetics of it look like something I'd come up with. Although I usually see that with some of my friends' stuff. I'm like, hey, this reminds me of something you'd make. But sometimes it's like, yeah, the style looks similar, but like this is definitely not something my friends would make. But yeah. Similar to like concepts as well. Because I think I've mentioned this before, but like I kind of had like a Seven Deadly Sins concept thing similar to Obey Me for a while before that game came out. And then I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna play this instead. But in all honesty, I kind of like what I was coming up with better because it would have been more like a legit Otome rather than whatever Obey Me is. Obey Me's just a regular dating sim though, if you ask me. Oh yeah, this is like in Shining Nikki, if you're free to play, like me, the chance of finishing an SSR set is, less Unless you grind 24/7, you can't get it. Events start one after another. Oof. Is that a Vil card? Yes, his Overblock card was announced like this morning or something, and I love it. And honestly, when you turn it to the side like this, you get a better perspective of what he's doing. Of what the posing is, because like in the regular like sideways perspective it looks cool and all, but like when you turn it like this you actually see more of like the posing better. I don't know, that's just me. You have no time to save up gems for next event. Oof. Yeah, I'm usually free to play with most games too, so like yeah, it's devastating when like an event comes out and like you can't even complete it because like you gotta grind 24/7. That's also why I stopped playing Obey Me. It got too grindy too quickly and I'm just like, I can't finish any of this. I was gonna say I don't think I'll be here today. I may join later, but whatever. Vil, my queen, my love. Yes, he's beautiful. And I do worry that if his card is coming out in August, I'll have 3 cards to worry about in August. Oh boy. He could step on me and I have to go. I may join later. I don't know. Next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. We'll still be here admiring Vil for like the next hour or so. He's just gonna be chilling. I might just switch the image every so often just so that way it's... Or I could just do this. This is like my favorite reaction image. Like, I see this a lot as a reaction image in this community. Whenever a card comes out. I love it so much. I've not finished a single gacha, only you are set. I can only finish sets if it's a craftable or you earn it from doing tasks. If it's August, I'd be happy because it'd be my late or early birthday gift. Hey, nice! Yeah, I did play one of those Nikki games before and I could barely finish any sets, especially the event ones. It was too much. I don't know why it's usually English versions of gacha games where the events just go by so quickly and it's kind of annoying. Like, I don't care if the English server has to be like a year behind the Japanese one. Just give me time. Then I'll be more likely to spend money if I can have time, man. I love Shining Nikki, but damn, I hate these events. Yeah. It be like that sometimes. I don't even hate the events, it's just the time. Yeah. When there's not enough good pacing, too. Although, I don't really have that issue with Dreamlight Valley. Because even when it is shorter, like the little, Star Path event things, I have no life, so I breeze through it easier. But, like, I still think it has a decent time period of, like, finishing an event for a free-to-play game. Especially because in their case, they're focusing more on the fact that there's people with jobs. Which is something that I feel like some of the EN servers forget, is that people have jobs. People have lives. Along with the fact that if you keep time gating things, it makes it harder for people to want to even spend money on the game. Indicate what server I'm in since I've talked to Chinese players in game. Interesting. I mean, I never really played a Shining Nikki game for that long, and it was always very casual, so... It was just annoying being taunted with all these, like, fancy outfits that it's like, I'll never even be able to finish it, so why bother? Yeah, That's something to talk about. Although with like Fire Emblem Heroes, I don't really care that much about anything for it. I don't know. I've always played it very casually anyway, and I feel like it has so many banners anyway that it's like it doesn't matter if you miss an event or not, it's gonna rerun pretty soon. You'll get your pretty anime man in a bathing suit eventually. If I have a gacha game system, I'd make 4 events per year. A little bit like you're more focused on the actual game than events. Oh, I'm on global server. That makes sense. I know some games do have that. Some don't. I don't know. Usually when it comes to like app games that are like gacha games or whatever, there's usually like if you have it in your language, it's usually its own server. Especially if it's like the original version of the game was like exclusive to like one country beforehand. So I mean, I don't know, I'm just saying things. I just be saying things. Although I was talking to one of my friends and he was playing a game, one of those gacha games as well. And he was like, I've been trying to get this character. It is a 50% chance of getting this character. And he didn't get that character. And it was so funny, like every time he was trying to summon the character. It's like, I got this outfit for this character that I don't even have. Like, yeah, the 50% rate was going to the other 3 characters in this pool. And not the one that he specifically was trying to get. It was so funny. I don't know, I feel like some games do a better job of balancing their gacha elements than others. And usually the ones that don't balance it very well, I usually end up abandoning them. Because, like, it's not worth it anymore if you're going to speed through all these things, not give me enough time, regardless of my job status or not. I have a thing with games where I will play a game for a few days, then vanish. My account bio in Shining Nikki says appearing once in a blue moon. Yeah, that's also what I'm like with some games, too. At least with Twisted Wonderland, I at least log in, like, once a day for, like, the login bonuses. It's like, as long as it has that element going for it, I don't mind vanishing for a while in terms of, like, actually playing. Random spurts of creativity. I'm a simple man. I see anything related to twist yapping, I join in, even if I was late due to breakfast. Welcome in, Marcus. We're just talking about gacha games in general at the moment, but also, Vill's Overblock card has been announced, and this image of Ida is my reaction to seeing it. It's beautiful. There he is. He's beautiful. He's the star of the show. Even though he is in the worst mental state of his career at the moment. He's having a meltdown, but he looks good while doing it. Like, this is what I want to focus on talking about right now. Just gacha games and Twisted Wonderland characters. Because it is what gives me joy. Also, we have Riddle here today. Why does he look like he's... Good question. I think it's just because purple, and a lot of Disney villains have a lot of purple associated with them. But like when you actually look at how the model and the in-game sprite is, he definitely gives off more like Queen vibes than Yzma. And I like this image that's sideways because it gives you a better look at his posing. And the details, I guess. This one's slightly higher quality. It's fabulous. I might just keep rotating between these two images because they're pretty. It wasn't the purple, it was the jewelry and the thing on his head. Ah, yeah. I can kind of see that, I guess. I can kind of see it, but when you actually, like, because I'm used to seeing the model's details up close anyway. If I can just quickly pull up his sprite. I'm doing everything with one screen, bear with me. This will take a minute. Because I think the purple lighting also kind of hides the details going on with the image. It's more like if you've seen the sprite, it's easier to notice the actual details. I'm so evil, I made an NPC guide in the relationship sim I was making with my co-creator, who is the bestest boy ever, green flag, greatest guy, but you cannot date him now. Nice. Phil looks like he's ready for a Broadway show. Yeah, he's really putting on the act. But this is what the outfit actually looks like, without all the fancy lighting kind of shadowing the details. There's a lot of apple motifs and peacock feathers in it, which is what separates it from other purple Disney villains. And the heart with the sword in it, that's on the box. I just like it. His overplot design is one of my favorites next to Riddle's. Like, I just love the aesthetics that are going on with it. Like, he still looks pretty, but, like, you can tell it's, like, it's not a good thing. And, like, the corset thing has apple patterns on it. And this is what I was talking about with, when I was talking about Crowley earlier, about the little claw things on his fingers, but, Vill's are specifically, like, crow skulls. And again, there's a lot of, like, peacock imagery and, like, star imagery. And a regalness to it. That's why I love it so much. And better, we're gonna make a version where the guide supervisor Kun is dateable, but only for me, my co-creator. Based. The power of creativity. I can do whatever I want. You cannot stop me. Yeah, back to this pretty image where he's putting on a show. That's also kind of what I liked about Bill's chapter in the game too, because I feel like it kind of is a talking point that doesn't get brought up that much because there's so much other stuff going on. But the fact that he's always been typecasted as villains as part of his, like, career, and it really ends up bothering him in the back of his mind. But his dress is ripped. Is Bill a human? If so, why does he have claws like that? No, those are like little rings. I've seen it before for like a lot of cosplay stuff or whatever, but like they sell like these little rings that you can put on your fingers that kind of look like long claws. And specifically his look like raven or crow skulls. And he's got like a feathery pattern on that cape thing that kind of looks like feathers. I'm tyrant, I'm evil. Riddle who? Watch me instead. Yeah. As well as, like, he's been typecasted as villain since he was a kid, so it's really something that, like, eats away at the back of his head, like, all the time. Like, there's a lot going on in the Pomfiore chapter, that's for sure. Vil is best queen. Indeed. Well, Riddle and Vil are both referred to as, like, queens in the game. I feel like Vil has the most regal, queenly kind of attitude about him. Riddle, I love Riddle. Like, he's more like a little princess in comparison to Vil. Like, he's doing his thing, but he still needs help from the best. I think in one of his cards, I forget which card it is. I don't remember which card it is exactly, but I think one of Riddle's cards, probably one of his base cards, he talked about having to learn how to walk in heels, and he was going to Vil for advice on how to walk in heels, because he wanted to have, like, his dorm uniform be, like, the original version of it, and it included heels, and he's like, I don't know how to walk in heels, I need somebody to help me. So basically, Vil is a classic example of what can go wrong if you were raised as a theater kid. Kind of, yeah. I mean, his dad was like a world-famous movie star. I think it's something that's also mentioned fairly early on, but I know, like, in his hometown event, we actually do get to see his father. They don't even share the same names because Vil's like, I want to be famous on my own. I don't want your name attached to me, so that way I can actually prove that I am worthy of my talents. And I think he's mentioned that he's done more than just theater. He does acting and modeling. And he's essentially grown up with Neji as, like, his rival since childhood. I really do like Vil's character, but IRL, I think we'd be very condescending at first, and then a few days later we're having a spa day, but no one is talking, just silence. Just tolerating each other's existence. Yeah, because, like, when I was reading through the Fiore chapter, I kind of got this idea that part of the reason Vil hates Neji so much is because he knows that Neji works probably harder than him, and that Neji's gone through worse than him, and it bothers him. That's what I get from his character during that chapter. Because apparently, I think it's implied that Neji told him stuff. And that's why Neji thinks that they're friends anyway, because, like, they actually... Vil kind of gets along with him, but not really. He's just pretending. Because he's, like, jealous of Neji. Clearly. Like, it goes so much more beyond just he looks prettier or whatever. It's like, oh, he actually works hard. Even if Vil thinks that Neji isn't as talented as him, he can see the work that's being put into his performances, and it's just like, it bothers him. So Vil is a drama queen too. Yeah, it's more like Vil puts so much pressure on himself to be amazing, I guess is more like it. Like, he's like, I put in all this effort on my own, and yet here's Neji, and he's not that good, but yet everybody loves him. At least that's what I get from Vil's character. Since working hard and all that is very important to his character. One unhinged thing I say, Vil in his overblock can step on my U and call them pathetic. Well, indeed. He is definitely a beautiful man. He's earned it. And even worse, Vil can't fully hate Neji because he hasn't actually done anything horrible to him, so double whammy. Exactly, yeah! That's the thing. He knows that Neji's good. Like, a good, kind-hearted person. He's very trusting, but he's not that stupid. It's like he can tell that Neji's kind of, like, aware of the fact that Vil doesn't really get along with him, but, like, he still gets along with him. Kind of like Colleen. Go to Simp Jim. Oh, that's where I am currently. I guess this stream has just turned into just over-analyzing Vil right now, because that's all I kind of want to talk about. Especially because his card is, going to be releasing soon. I didn't pay attention to when, but I'm assuming it is in August. Amazing stream. Thank you. We were just talking about Twisted Wonderland. My favorite topic to talk about. Although I should double check when the card's coming out, because Orthel's birthday is like mid-August, and then Riddle's is toward the end of December. I mean, not December, August. I fumble my words. Which means that I have 3 cards to worry about. I've saved up so many gems, man. And so many keys. I just wanted Ortho. But now there's so much more going on. Anything for Bill. I just thought of something. What is the science behind Overblot? I know they form as a result of too much negative emotion, but is it natural for all creatures, and is magic? Magic? And is magic or biology? Ooh, that is actually good questions. I do think the Ignihide chapter kind of touched upon it. Because, like, there is a moment in that chapter where Ida's kind of, like, doing it, like, testing stuff on the characters who overblotted. And he talks about how, like, there's always been, like, this debate on whether people are born with a certain limit to their magical capacity or not. And they specifically mention Riddle, that he kind of is an example of someone whose magic capacity has actually kind of, like, increased dramatically. But, it's due to childhood abuse, pretty much, but still, it's, like, technically it's possible for people's magic capacity to increase. But most people still don't fully understand it, because I think in context of the game, magic hasn't really been, like, fully understood until, like, a couple hundred years ago or something, but it's essentially been around for, like, ever. It's just that, like, in more recent decades, they found, like, magic stones that can help them actually, like, regulate it better. The main difference from my old OC and Vil is that Vil is a victim of self-pressure. My OC, Rosen, is a victim of neglect in general. Ah, interesting. Although I would say for Vil, it's more of a combination of self-pressure and social pressure. Because, I do remember in Vil's flashback sequence, there's, like, this moment where Vil's overhearing these, like, producers talking behind his back about, like, how Vil's, like, how, like, Neji's, like, better than Vil or something. Like, Neji's more marketable compared to Vil. So that's also something that's eating away at the back of his mind every day. I thought Overblot was due to negative emotions at any age, not childhood trauma. Well, sort of. It is about negative emotions in the moment, as well as kind of like running on fumes. Which means that the more powerful somebody is, the more, like, negative their emotions probably have to be for it to happen. The more exhausted they have to be. Because it's essentially like a last-ditch effort. From what the game kind of presents it as. Again, these are still questions that not even the game itself is answering yet, and it's just posing these questions, making you think. Which is why, again, bringing this back to Crowley, I think he knows more about Overplot than he lets on. Even more than, the Styx organization, which is essentially the whole gimmick of Styx. Their reason for existing is to study Overplots and all of that stuff. As, like, generational punishment. Because technically the Shroud family line, technically it's not possible for them to overblot, but it happened. Me when I have a thing that's just an overblot but actually explained, and it's caused by emotion taken to an extreme, not just inherently negative ones. Anything to an extreme is toxic, lesson. Yeah. Crowley, what are you hiding? Come out, Birdie. I feel like he knows something, because, one of the first fights you have with an Overblot in general, besides that prologue tutorial fight, is, like, It's like this thing that looks like one of the seven dwarves. Also, are overblots made out of ink, like Epic Mickey's blots? And if so, does that imply that everyone is a cartoon character in lore? I mean, we know Mickey exists too, so... Yeah, that is a good question, because nobody really talks about how Overblot looks like ink. It's just that, like, in context of the game, it's like, the more you use your magic, the more waste it builds up, because it's going off of the logic of you can't create something from nothing. Mickey, when I get you, Mickey. Mickey, when I get you, Mickey. When I get my hands on you, Mickey Mouse. Yeah, like, there's definitely a lot of stuff that hopefully is going to be answered. Especially for book 8, because we're not going to get that right away. We're going to get, like, 7.5, apparently. Which I feel like is kind of probably going to follow more about what Malleus was doing during his chapter. Because we didn't really see him. It was kind of focusing a little bit more on some of the other characters who we haven't seen since, like, the earlier chapters of the game. And kind of fleshing them out a bit more. Mickey. Michael Mouse, what are you up to? You will pay for what you have done to Snow White and Lilo and Stitch, Mr. Mouse. Indeed. You will rue the day. The mouse is also hiding like the crow. Indeed. There's something going on. I guess my theories about Overblot and stuff like that. I feel like it's like a double combination of like your negative emotions overpowering your physical exhaustion. I have to go again. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you next time. I'll be here to yap again tomorrow. I'm still following kind of like my regular patterns. Yeah. Even if I'm not drawing for the whole week, even if I'm not drawing for the whole week, I'm still here yapping. Oh, I am yapping, alright. Actually, I need to see again when exactly is this card supposed to be releasing. Oh, he's beautiful. Beautiful queen. I love him. I'm trying to do a quick, what is this card supposed to be coming out? Kind of a thing. But there's so much going on, it's hard to find, the post that I saw earlier. Although I do like seeing some of the reactions to the card. That corset is doing things. Like with Malleus's card, because he's also wearing one too, you don't really see it. Hugging his waist. Don't worry, I'm still here to ensure you aren't just yapping at a wall. Thank you. I need some questions to bounce off of, too. while I search for answers of when is this card supposed to come out again? Because I'm pretty sure it is for August. Yeah. Speaking of Overblot, I have an idea. Ignite Ambi, Overblot, Art 1. Ooh. Good question. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like my character wouldn't really fit that, honestly, because it's not really based off of a character. Whereas Kalia fits better for that. Because he's specifically based off of a villain. So, like, I have more of a theme to play off of with the design, instead of kind of jumping around. I guess August. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Phil's card is going to be for early August, because Ortho's card is coming out, like, mid-August, and then Riddles is at the end of August. Those are the two cards I am most excited about. What do you think will be the last straw that'll make Vil overblot in game? Oh, we see what happened. Vil already overblotted in the main story. And to sum up that experience, he was mad at himself. And I kind of do need to reread the Diasomnia chapters with Pomfiore, because that also kind of gives more insight into this moment as well. Because, like, the Diasomnia chapters kind of have these moments where the characters have, like, this inner battle about their overblots and, like, their negative emotions, I guess. And in, like, Bill's case, he was angry at himself for stooping so low as to, like, try and get rid of his competition. I thought the cards came before the story overblots. No. The overblots happened in the main story first, and these cards are just coming out because the Diasomnia chapter. And I don't know if these cards are actually supposed to be more of, like, the moment of the characters fighting from back in those stories in their, like, actual overblock forms, or if these are, except for Malleus. Malleus is definitely in the moment. But I think the Ignihide and the Pomfiore ones, and, like, the ones that are coming out after Malleus's, are supposed to be either from the Diasomnia chapter perspective. I think it's supposed to be the Diasomnia chapter perspective, because these outfits, the Overblot cards have two outfits, which is, one is the Overblot and one is the outfits that they get in the Diasomnia chapter. Twist would have been perfect for the emo era of the late 2000s. I've seen a lot of jokes going around of, like, if this game came out in 2000s era internet. And it fits very well. It really does. Especially because that's also the era when Epic Mickey was a thing. It was like 2010s or something. I want to say 2008. I don't exactly remember when, but I know it was definitely, like, early 2000s-ish. Probably 2012. I don't remember. At least when the first one came out. Because I was kind of young. But yeah, it definitely matches the aesthetic. Especially the character songs. Vil, Malleus, and Riddles, their songs specifically fit that vibe of early 2000s VK music. At least for me. Although Malleus is a little bit more theatrical, in my opinion. And Vil's. You're right, Epic Mickey was 2010 and its sequel was 2012. Yeah. That era. I mean, it makes sense because Yana's career kind of started in that era, early 2000s. Because I do remember reading a translation from an interview she had where, like, sometime after Treasure Planet's release is when she actually started her manga career. If I remember it correctly. I also do remember seeing translations from an interview where she talked about some of her favorite Disney movies, and Treasure Planet is one of them. And the original Lilo and Stitch. I forgot what some of the other movies were. I just remember those two specifically because I'm like, oh, I can feel it in the works. I can feel it in Black Butler for some reason, because she also talked about how she likes how the protagonists of Lilo specifically are very realistic in the sense that, you know, she's not perfect. She's a child. She's gonna do dumb things. And something about same thing with like Jim, like he's not perfect either. But he still turns his life around because it's a Disney movie, but I think it was more to do about like Silver's character or something, because Silver's still technically, you know, he's a bad dude, but he's not that bad of a dude, you know. Like at the end of the movie, at the end of the movie, he basically escapes jail time. He's like, hey, so anyways, I don't want to be arrested, but I'm not really, you know, I've changed enough. Silver wasn't a true villain, changed my mind. He's a victim of his own personal obsessions, which is an element that you see in Twisted Wonderland as well, when the characters overblood. As one does. Hello, bestie. What up? I am just talking about Vil, I guess. How long have you been here? I'm still waiting. Whenever you're ready, I am ready. Long enough? Just let me know, okay? I'm ready to yap about my thought process. Because I still remember it. And I have pictures. I have pictures to go along with it. Anyways, look at Vil. It's just gonna be the background image, I guess. If I can get it to fit correctly. There we go. Beautiful. I also like how you can see that there's a poison apple behind him. I just noticed that. I mean, I knew he was, like, gonna throw something, but, like, I like seeing the poison apple there. It really adds to the artwork. I love it. He's beautiful. I will now continue to ramble about how pretty he is, even though he's in the middle of losing his mind. He plays the villain so well. Well, now we will get to see more of the other outfit. that he had in the Diasomnia chapter with the card. Because, like, I mean, I kind of don't like the outfit he was wearing in the dream outfit. I mean, I kind of like it, but I think it's just his hair is kind of like, I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah, when you sent me the new Vil card, I was immediately hit with inspiration. Hey, nice. If I was not away from my actual usual setup, I would be drawing him as well because I also feel motivated. Also the posing too. He looks so good. He's beautiful, man. It kind of makes me want to continue those, like, those art pieces that I was drawing with, like, kind of reenacting the overplot moments or whatever I was doing, but, like, it took so long. And I lost motivation to finish that. And I also just couldn't find enough reference images from the Disney movies in question to use for, like, composition. It's so hard when you're hit with so much inspiration, yet so little motivation to actually commit to it. Just, Although I don't know if you saw me rambling about Crowley yesterday. That was funny. I didn't have a pointer. I just used a gun. I was surprised you're usually faster than me with drawing. Yeah, but I'm currently not in the best setup to draw. I have like one screen to use and it's difficult to readjust. Especially because the tiny drawing tablet. Like if I had the big one, it probably wouldn't be that bad, but the tiny one kind of, I don't know. It takes a while to readjust when you're just using one screen. Is that the Twisted Wonderland Ambassador Ambi? Yes, it is I, Katsu. Do you see this Vil behind me? Do you see how pretty he is? I love him. And I was going off about just the Tom Fiore chapter in general earlier. Although I will probably have to end soon. Big sad. This whole week I have just been yapping. I catch the stream for once. Yeah, the one time you're here and it's almost over. Yes, Vil slays. I don't know if you'll be able to make it tomorrow. Because I'm gonna still be yapping again. Proceeds to spread twist propaganda. Yes! That is my job. Specifically, Ortho is the best character to ever exist. And you can fight me. Even though I don't have Ortho on my shoulder today, but he is the best character in this game. And Vil. Vil's pretty. I'm here to spread not only Twisted Wonderland propaganda, but Ortho propaganda as well. Yes, very important. Food is important. And now the emojis want to show up on the chat. No, I'm gonna be lurking for it. I will fight on that. Ortho is best! Bestest boy, and the bestest boy is getting his card next month. Hello! I'm fighting about Ortho being best boy. Even though he is not on my screen at the moment. Hold on. Hold on. I need to prove a point. Yeah. Ortho. Welcome back. Appel is best. Oh! Why are you making my boys fight? Don't be making dinner around 7 tomorrow, I swear. Bill, our beauty, also can't wait for the groupie. Yeah! It's gonna be that celebrity outfit that he was wearing in the Diasomnia chapter. Anyways, I have best boy here. He's just gonna be like here. I did have a thought for a while to actually like make a little asset similar to the Malleus one, but with an Ortho plushie. And I haven't gotten around to doing that. Because that's what friends do. Indeed, we fight about who's the best boy. Who is best? I still say Ortho. My phone is decorated in Ortho. And Ida, because they're kind of a package deal in my opinion. You can't like one without the other, but Ortho is my personal favorite because Ida is too much of a... I see too much of myself in him and I don't like it. For I too am a weeb who never really goes outside. I need to get more twist plushies though. Mal is lonely. Yes, your poor Malleus. He needs more friends. That a big Ortho. Also glad for overblock cards, and it's going backwards. I do love the overblock cards. And yeah, it is going in reverse order too. That's kind of like the actual Diasomnia chapter, which is why I think the illustrations for the overblock cards are supposed to be like from the perspective of the Diasomnia chapter. Kind of. Although Ida looks incredibly distressed, but that's kind of just his face. I need more twist merch. Ortho! I still want to get his Nendoroid figure. I never got it. And I'm so sad. I have Riddle as a Nendoroid figure, but he's also lonely and he's fallen way too many times off of my desk. It is kind of a sight to behold. Although I do have like 3 Twisted Wonderland plushies, but Vill's the keychain one that was like extra smaller compared to the other ones that I had. Ida, constant distress. Yes, he is. It is me. I am also in constant distress. Self-imposed as well. We'll see you again tomorrow, maybe. I'm still gonna be here tomorrow, doing the same thing. Just yapping. Although I probably should write more things down because I got lucky today because Bill's card came out this morning, so it's like easy to just talk about that. But yeah, I do be gotten to go now. It was fun. It was fun. We will yap more tomorrow. I'll probably try and write down some other things. Maybe some theories and headcanons I have, I guess. That could also be good conversation starters. I still need to composite a video, though. The animation I was working on with, like, the 3D models. Yeah. Bye-bye! We'll meet again tomorrow.